Hello, welcome to our session today. So, our EFT tapping session today is focusing on comfort eating. This is going to be a session that's going to be very supportive. So, we know that this is an issue that affects a lot of people. It could be a little niggle, it might be quite a big niggle in your life, or maybe you know somebody that you care about that struggles with their relationship to comfort eating. So it will be a chance to explore that a little bit together and to explore the modality of emotional freedom technique, which we also call EFT for short. So whether you're brand new to EFT, you might be brand new to my sessions in the Virtual Village Hall, or maybe you've dipped in before, welcome. You're in the right place. It's going to be a really gentle session today. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and I'll introduce EFT just in case you are brand new and haven't come across it before. But before we do that, I want to just make sure that you're comfortable, that you've got everything you need. So in terms of what you need, really, a glass of water, something refreshing is a really good idea because we will be talking and we'll be moving energy around the system. So as we move energy around your system, it's a healing process and you want to make sure you're hydrated, and particularly when it's a warmer day. I don't know where you are today, but I'm in Norfolk and the sun is out. It's lovely and warm. So definitely want to keep hydrated. Okay. And as I said, make sure you're nice and comfortable. So if you're not in a warm place, you might want a blanket or something comforting like that. Any cushions, any pillows, and a nice private space is a good idea as well, if possible. You might want paper and pen, so it's not necessary. Some people are very good at just taking notes in their mind, mental notes. Some people really connect with writing and getting things noted down, or maybe noting things on their phone. So, and we'll be doing a few things that will have prompts and questions that will give you an opportunity to take notes, and you can return to those later if you want to. But it's totally up to you. You can just sit and experience this and tap along and be completely led without doing any note taking. That's fine too. Good. Okay, so my name is Stella, Stella Sheldon, and been doing sessions for the Virtual Village Hall for a few years now, and I absolutely love doing these sessions. I do EFT tapping on lots of different topics, so you can visit that if you find this interesting today and you'd like to explore more. There's a playlist that you can access, for example, on the YouTube channel. There'll be EFT tapping with Stella with lots of different topics like anxiety, even hay fever, all sorts for relaxation. And also, I do Qigong sessions, which ties in really well to moving energy and balancing the system. It's a gentle breath exercise that's really accessible. And I came across this work. I offer this work because it's made a difference in my life. I love the modalities of tapping and qigong and other things that I use, such as like hypnotherapy and mindfulness, relaxation, coaching. These are all things that I'm trained in and I share because on my journey, I developed a chronic health condition, being extremely fatigued, chronic symptoms that lasted for years. And I had to go on a journey of finding ways to support myself holistically to find more of a balanced life. And that's where I am. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do. So how does EFT work? Well, it is an evidence-based therapy, and it can seem really out there for those of us that are grown up in more of a Western medical culture. But actually, it is, as I say, evidence-based. There's growing research to show that EFT tapping reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and it also has been shown in studies to to resolve some issues around trauma and to help improve people's mental health, as well as other studies that are coming out. So I like to say that to reassure you that it is backed, is backed by science and studies. And what we're doing for the process is we are physically tapping on points around the body, and these are meridian points. So in traditional Chinese medicine, there are meridians around the system, and again, there's growing research showing evidence of these meridians, and these are like streams, they're processes, and we want them to be moving. We want energy to be moving around these meridians, these streams around our system, and sometimes, inevitably, really, they get blocked for different reasons in life. The more blocked they are, the more issues we're going to see physically, emotionally, mentally. It's all connected. This is a holistic approach. So when you think about traditional Chinese medicine and things like acupuncture, we know has been around for thousands of years and helped people in many ways. EFT works on a similar philosophy because we're still working with the meridian system, just as acupuncture does. Some people call EFT acupuncture without the needles. Some people don't like that term, but I think it does help to explain how it works. So what we're going to do today is we're going to help you to explore EFT and get some energy moving, and help you understand a bit more around your comfort eating habits, or maybe the habits of people that you know and that you care for. It's really important to say that comfort eating is really complex. Our relationship to food can be very complex, our relationship to emotions and our body. So this is a space where we're just gently going into comfort eating. This is a really gentle, light space. There's a big difference between comfort eating, and some sort of challenges around that, and an eating disorder, for example, which is obviously a significant mental health condition that needs more support. So just want to say that on the outset, to be aware that this space is very gentle. We're not dealing with eating disorders. We're just gently looking at some habits around comfort eating. So if you need more support on this, please know that there is support out there. There are different helplines, people you can speak to in terms of getting more support. You can speak to your GP and be referred and signposted to other support. Okay. Good. So just checking that you feel in the right space to join us on this session. We're going to do a little bit of grounding. So we'll start with taking some nice deep breaths. Place a hand on your heart and a hand on your tummy, wherever's comfortable on your tummy. And I want you just to take some nice deep breaths and make sure that the hand on your tummy is the one that's moving the most. So the hand on your chest shouldn't be moving too much. You want nice deep belly breaths. So we'll take a big breath in together. Feel your belly inflate like a balloon. Hold it at the top. And let it all go with a nice big sigh. Sometimes we hold back. Even when we're on our own, we might hold back. Really let it go. Let yourself sigh and breathe out as much as you can. Be really good for you. And again. Just imagine as you breathe out, you're letting some of that tension just leave your body. Imagine it floating away. Okay. Relaxing your hands, getting nice and comfortable. And I want you to take a few moments with me just to get nice and mindful, bringing yourself into this moment. And that begins with just intentionally focusing your mind inwards. So you could begin by scanning your body, the top of your head, flowing down your face, your neck, your shoulders, down your arms, all the way to your hands and your fingers, all the way back up and across into your chest and your heart, through your back, down your spine, to your lower back, into your tummy, your abdomen, and your hips, down your glutes, your thighs, to your knees, to your shins and your calves, and the heels of your feet, the soles of your feet, your right foot and your left foot, the balls of each foot, and your toes. And if there's any part of your body that you can't feel, then just imagine it if you can, or skip over it. Just bringing yourself a little bit more into your body with that gentle awareness. And I want you to notice any sounds that you can hear around you. Sometimes it's that buzzing sound of silence or cars outside on the street. Just notice what you can hear, the layers of the sounds around you. You might even become aware of your own breath. And begin to notice the temperature of the room on your skin and how it feels. And become aware of the space of your body, how much space you're taking up, all the cells that make up your body. Just honoring your system, being present. And allow yourself to soften and sink down a few percent more into that chair or that bed, wherever you are today. You can imagine yourself grounding and rooting into that space. You're exactly where you're meant to be, where you need to be today. And you might not be sure what to expect from this session. And perhaps you can just choose to enter it with curiosity and just be as present as you can. Taking a nice deep breath. Okay, good. Okay, so if you have a pen and paper, then this is the time, or a phone to make notes, or just mental notes is fine. So I'd like you to begin to consider your habit, this habit of comfort eating. And it might be a bit jarring to think about it. So this is only a temporary thing. We're going to support you as we do lean into it a little bit to understand it. We're also going to lean into compassion and acceptance and being really kind to ourselves around it. We'll get a nice balance, but to begin, we do lean into it a little bit. So what I would say to you is we can use a scale. It's called a SUD scale. And we have 0 on that scale of feeling absolutely fine. We have 10 of feeling really uncomfortable. And I want you just to check yourself on that scale throughout this session. And I'll give you nudges to do that. But this is a tool for you to keep yourself safe. Because this is such a sort of live or watched back session for a lot of people, it's really important that you're able to sort of judge that you're in the right space to do the session, or maybe you need a break. Sometimes people might need a break to go away, have a cup of tea and come back. The beauty of watching it back, you have the freedom to do that. It's not about pushing through. Be really gentle with yourself, please. So on that scale, as we begin to lean into this and we explore some of these prompts, these journaling prompt questions, I want you to just check in with yourself on that scale. And if you find you're sort of 7 or above, then you might want to take a breath, take a moment. You might want to go have a cup of tea or go speak to somebody, just to make sure that you aren't feeling overwhelmed. But you know your scale and how you're feeling yourself, so you can judge that. Okay. So I want you to, pen and paper or in your mind or on your phone, to think about the situations where you comfort eat. And it might not be clear, or you might think it's not clear, but we're just going to be curious. Is there a particular time of day that you tend to comfort eat? Is there a particular kind of food that you tend to eat when you comfort eat? Some people have like a go-to food that just gives them comfort. It might be something related to what you had growing up, like a special meal, or it might be something that's really going to give you a nice boost, not a nice boost, but a real boost of like sugar and comfort. So it might be something really sugary. Chocolate's a very common one, isn't it? It might be something chocolatey. I'm a big chocolate lover, so I can relate to that. Sometimes it's something really carby that just makes us feel full. We're all different. So just get curious about what kind of food do you tend to comfort eat? Is there a pattern? Is there a particular time of the day, a particular place? Now, this is kind of a bigger question. Is there a particular emotion that is present when you do it? So, do you notice you feel a bit sad? Is that what drives you to comfort eat? Is it boredom? Is it just a habit? Perhaps you actually don't even know why you do it. Do you feel a bit insecure, anxious? Just become aware of what emotion might be present when you tend to comfort. You might be surprised about what comes up, or perhaps you're not sure and that's okay. Or you might know it well. Now, this is an important question. And again, you might not know for sure. When did it begin? When did this comfort eating behavior begin? Can you remember? And quite often somebody will say, oh, it's always been there. That will be the first answer. And then you begin to peel that back and say, is that true? When you were a baby, were you comfort eating in this way? You might have learned it at a certain time, perhaps. And is it something that you saw around you in your environment? Just be curious about that. And if that brings up anything for you, remember, do your scale, check in wherever you're on the scale. Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel safe to continue, or do you need a moment? Take a nice deep breath, soften the body. Whatever you're feeling, just notice it, let it come up for a moment. Soften the body into it. So, big part of this is not making these feelings wrong, not suppressing them, tightening, or pushing them down, but actually softening the body and letting it be here. Giving yourself permission to just feel what you feel about this, to be here as you are. Because it's that tightening, that fighting, and that pushing things down that results in habits like comfort eating. Okay. So you might have some clarity or some new information now, or just some useful little nuggets that will support you through this session and perhaps later. So with EFT, what we're doing is as we move energy, you may have some awarenesses throughout the session, some what we call light bulb moments where you're like, oh, that connects to that, or that's where I do that, or that's how it makes me feel. But also sometimes they come later. So it could be days or weeks later. You have a bit of a breakthrough where something shifts and you might think, where did that come from? Tapping works in that way because we're dealing with the mind and the body, and we're shifting and unhooking different patterns in the mind and the pathways, neurological pathways, and the plasticity of the brain that can remold. It's amazing what it can do. And these pathways will be reforming as you have these different awarenesses and we move energy that can, take a little time. Okay, good. So we're going to do some simple sequences together of tapping. All you need to do is tap along and repeat after me. So if you're new, we'll do a really gentle, simple first round. Whilst we're tapping, really important, make sure you are as relaxed as you can be. So if you notice your shoulders start to creep up, soften and relax them if you can. Allow yourself to just be as free as you can be. If you need to cry, if you need to laugh, even burp or yawn, let it happen. Even if you think it's a bit strange, you're not sure where it's come from, it's a sign of energy moving. So let it be, let it happen as much as you can. If you fight it, then you'll be slowing down the healing process. But if you get none of that, that's okay too. So we're going to tap the outside of the hand. Either hand is fine. Just tapping like so. And take a nice deep breath. Okay. And repeat after me. So out loud is best, but you can do it in your head if that feels better. Even though I can't stop comfort eating, right now I'm going to try to accept myself anyway. So we'll say that a couple more times. Even though I can't stop comfort eating right now, I'm going to try to accept myself anyway. Even though I can't stop comfort eating right now, I'm going to try to accept myself anyway. Okay, so that's what we call a setup statement, and we're combining the difficulty of the comfort eating with self-acceptance and compassion. That's how EFT works. So we'll go through the further points, and this time we're going to say shorter statements. So tapping the top of the head, nice deep breath. If there's any points you can't do, for like mobility reasons, then just miss them out. It's okay. Or you might like hold and adjust, you might need an aid, but it's not a big deal if you have to miss a point out. You'll still be getting benefit from the process. Nice deep breath. And just repeat, comfort eating. Tapping the inner eyebrows, just where your eyebrows begin. I can't stop comfort eating. Outer eyes, just on the temples. Nice deep breath. I'm a comfort eater. Underneath. I'm always comfort eating. Under the nose. I can't stop comfort eating. Under the mouth. Comfort eating. So the collarbone here, there's a soft spot just underneath. We tap just there. You can do it with one hand or with two hands. Nice deep breath. I can't stop comfort eating. I'm a comfort eater. All of this comfort eating. And then we're going to do under the arm. So it's just on the side here. So if you wear a bra, it's just where this bra strap would be. And repeat, comfort eater. I can't stop comfort eating. Tapping the wrist, either wrist is fine. So we tap just across like so. Comfort eating. I've always comfort ate. So remember, you might have a question. Maybe that's not true. You might think, have I always comfort ate? Just see what comes up. Either side of the thumb. So just where your nail bed begins, tapping either side of the thumb. Comfort eating. Next finger, the same, tapping either side of where the nail bed begins. Repeat. Comfort eating. Next finger. I'm a comfort eater. Next finger. I can't stop comfort eating. Little finger. Comfort eating. Okay, take a moment, take a breath. So we obviously, really just repeated around the comfort eating because it's likely those words are quite charged for you. So we'll be getting some energy moving. Notice any emotions you have come up, whether you notice sensations around your body, or perhaps you started to feel a bit sad, upset, angry, whatever you notice, you can note it down. But the more specific we are to your emotions and where they are in your body, the more powerful and healing this will be. So I'll walk you through the next round, giving the opportunity to be more personal and specific. I want you to think about what you explored at the start in your journaling. We were thinking about, what's going on when you comfort eat, where you are, what time of day, when it began, and what emotions tend to be there for you. So you may have identified some emotions that are present when you comfort eat, or maybe just now you have some emotions coming up, so you can work with either of those. And if you're not sure and you work with that, you say you're not sure, and that's okay. That's the beauty of EFT. We work with whatever's there. So any sense of the emotions that you've noticed attached to the comfort eating pattern. And we use the word emotions quite loosely. So you might think, well, that's not strictly an emotion, but we use it anyway. That's okay. And I want you just to close your eyes and explore that feeling, that emotion that you have connected to the comfort eating if you can. And if you're not sure, just guess. That's the beauty of this. You can just guess. Just guess what emotion might be going on for you when you comfort eat, or how your comfort eating might make you feel. Sometimes we feel a bit numb or we have a block to feeling, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So you can guess. And I want you to guess or find where that emotion sits in your body. So, for example, if it's a sadness, it might be in your chest, a heaviness, or you might have a sense of nervousness in your tummy. Just see what you notice. Do you feel heavy? Do you feel prickly and nervous? Do you feel tense? Where is it in your body? What emotions? Is it anger? Is it confusion? Is it overwhelm? Is it stress? So just see if you can find where that sits in your body. It can really help to close your eyes and really tune in, shut out the outside world, tune into the body a bit more. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. The live session just had a massive tickle in my throat. So just take a breath. I'm just going to mute whilst I feel. I do apologise. Hopefully that won't happen again. Oh dear. Okay. I'll let you tune into your body a bit more after that distraction. So you just want to find the emotion. Now I want you to link a colour to that emotion. Oh dear. So just linking a colour. And again, just guess. If you're not sure what colour links to that emotion or that place in your body, just guess. And you might note it down. We're going to use this in this tapping to make it more powerful for you. Do you remember I said that tapping can move energy and can make you cough? I think that's what's happened. Oh dear. The hazard of leading an EFT session. So let's start tapping the outside of the hand. Take a nice deep breath. And repeat after me. Even though I feel this feeling about my comfort eating, and I want you to really be specific to yourself about this feeling, this emotion. So you can say out loud, for example, this sadness in my chest or this stress in my shoulders. You want to get as specific as possible and give it that colour. Say what colour it is. Is it big? Is it small? Is it sharp? Is it soft? Be really specific. And right now, I'm going to try to accept myself with this feeling. Okay, we'll do that again. Even though comfort eating, I have this emotion. And again, say it out loud or in your head, specific, what emotion, where it is, and anything else that's come up for you that feels really important around this. Take a deep breath. And right now, I choose to accept myself with this feeling. Even though I comfort eat. And I've got this feeling connected to it. And again, list the specifics. Be as specific as you can. How do you feel about it, or the emotions you identified? And right now, I'm going to try to be really kind to myself. I'm not the only one that struggles with this. It's a common human experience. And I accept myself having this experience as much as I can. Top of the head. Focus in on this emotion in your body. So closing your eyes might help. I'll guide you through the points. I want you just to really home in on any sensations, emotions in the body and repeat comfort eating. Inner eye breath, and finish this sentence. It makes me feel, outer eyes, my comfort eating. Underneath, I feel, what do you feel about it? Under the nose, when I comfort eat, I feel. So what do you feel when you comfort eat? What do you get from it? Under the mouth. And I think I do it because, see what comes to you. Collarbone. I do comfort eat sometimes. And I must do it for a reason. And I think that reason is, see what comes to you. If you're not sure, that's okay, just say that. You might get some clarity. Under the arm. I'm a comfort eater. I wonder what I get from it. Tapping the wrist. I wonder why I do it. I wonder why other people do it. Tapping the thumb either side. Comfort eating. Next finger. I really want to stop. Next finger. Do I really want to stop? Next finger. I'm curious about that. Next finger. Comfort eating. Okay, take a moment. You might have had some different awarenesses come up through that. For example, when we ask the question, do I want to stop? It's an interesting question, isn't it? Because part of you might be thinking, yes, of course I do. But there might be a part of you that's like, actually, no. We can have these different parts that are at play at the same time. So a part might really want to, but another part might be getting a lot from this habit of comfort eating, such as comfort. You know, sometimes it's a feeling of safety, sometimes it's a feeling of distracting the mind. So just be curious about that. If anything came up, you can note it down, you can weave it into the next round. Do a check-in with yourself on your scale. How are you doing? Do you feel okay? Do you feel resourced to continue? Do you need a bit of a break and a check-in? Sorry if you heard that noise outside. Somebody's doing some chainsawing. Okay, so let's tap the outside of the hand again. Take a nice deep breath. So we'll just do a little bit more tapping to support you to clear as much as we can today. Even though I have this problem with comfort eating, and it started when, finish the sentence, and I tend to do it when do you do it? When you feel a certain way, when you're in a certain place with a certain person. And I really want to stop, but I can't seem to. And right now, I choose to remember that I'm safe, that I'm okay, and that I'm not sure how to fix this. Part of me does want to. Take a nice deep breath. Even though I've been comfort eating for a while, part of me really wants to change. But part of me doesn't want to stop. Part of me really likes comfort eating because it makes me feel. How does it make you feel when you comfort eat? What do you get from it? You might feel like you don't get anything. You might not be sure, or you might think it's really obvious. Just see what comes up. Right now, I remind myself that I'm not on my own with this. That lots of people struggle with this too. And I choose to be really kind to myself. As kind as I can be. Even though I comfort eat. And I tend to do it when, finish the sentence, because I'm feeling, and I learned it from, where did you learn this comfort eating pattern? And right now, I choose to be kind to myself. I'm only human, and I'm open to the possibility that change is possible for me. Part of me might doubt that, but a part of me is curious. Maybe this could change. Top of the head, nice deep breath. But I'm a comfort eater. I'll never change. Inner eyebrows. I wonder if that's true. People change all the time. Outer eyes. But I don't want to stop comfort eating. It feels good. Under the eyes. But part of me wants to change. That's why I'm here doing this session. Under the nose. But part of me doesn't want to change. Part of me really enjoys comfort eating. Under the mouth. I wonder if there's another way that I could get the same feeling and comfort. Collarbone. I'm curious about that. Is there another way, a healthier way, to find comfort in my life? See what comes up for you. Any emotions that come up, just do your scale, check in. You might have some ideas, some awarenesses, or they might come later. Sometimes replacing one habit with another healthier habit can be really good to bridge towards more of a healthy lifestyle. Under the arm on the side and repeat. I'm a comfort eater. It's hopeless. I can't change. Tapping the wrist. Maybe that's not true. People change all the time. Maybe I can change too. Tapping the thumb. But part of me doesn't want to stop comfort eating. Next finger. And I choose to have compassion for that part. Next finger. I send that part love and understanding. Next finger. Maybe I've been really tough on that part. Next finger. I choose to send that part love and understanding. Okay, we'll go straight up to the top of the head again. Nice deep breath. If you're okay to continue. Comfort eating. It makes me feel. How do you feel about this? Inner eyebrows. I'm doing my best. But I'm struggling with this. Outer eyes. I'm only human. Just like everybody else here. Under the eyes. But I feel I should be able to stop. Part of me wants to stop comfort eating. Under the nose. But part of me doesn't. Because I'm still doing it. It's really hard for me to stop. Under the mouth. And I'm curious about that part. The part that is hanging on to this habit. I wonder why. Collarbone. I wonder what that part needs that it's not getting. I wonder how I could support that part that's struggling to let go of comfort eating. Nice deep breath. Notice anything that's coming up for you. You can take notes or just notice it in your mind, in your body. Under the arm. I wonder what that part needs from me and how I can support them to feel comfort, to feel safety. Tapping the wrist. I'm doing my best. And somewhere along the line, I learnt to use food to comfort myself. And that's okay. Tapping the thumb either side. Because I am only human and I'm doing my best. Next. Part of me does want to change this. Part of me is ready to change this. Next. And the part of me that's not, I choose to send them compassion. Next. Maybe I have my own timeline with this. Maybe it can change today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next. But I'm showing up and I'm curious about this pattern. Okay, take a moment, take a breath. Just tune in with yourself and your body. You can do a little bit of a scan. Notice, any emotions you started with, have they moved? Are they in the same place? Are they big? Are they small? Has the color changed? Sometimes one emotion, like sadness, might become grief or anger or frustration. We've got different layers of these emotions in our system. Just see what you notice. And if you're not sure, that's fine, that's okay. And remember, if you've got emotions coming up, like tears or anything like that, then just let it flow as much as you can. Be really kind and gentle to yourself. And if this has stirred up anything that feels a bit deeper, then reach out, get a bit more one-to-one support with like therapy or your GP, as mentioned. Do a little check-in on your scale, see where you're at. A 1 to 10 scale that we mentioned at the start. And I want you to take a moment as well, like you might have had, because we asked some quite big questions in that round, you might have had some awarenesses come up, you might have connected some dots, you might have some questions about your comfort eating. You might have some ideas about some healthier sort of replacement ideas you could do. For example, when you feel, if you've identified a certain emotion or situation that sort of tempts you to comfort eat, that tends to result in you comfort eating or wanting to, is there another way you could comfort yourself in that situation? And it might not always be possible, it depends where you are. But sometimes it might seem like a silly thing, but actually it's a really powerful thing. Just comforting ourselves like this. So just skin on skin, like, that's what we had when we were babies, when we were being comforted by our caregivers. Skin on skin could be just a gentle, sort of self-compassionate hug, taking a breath, slowing down your breathing. You could, when you have the temptation, look around you and list 5 things in the room that you can see, because quite often it's a compulsion, isn't it, that we've got into a habit of. So if we can interrupt that loop, counting and naming those things in the room, comforting ourselves, taking a breath, these are things that could help us interrupt the loop of the habit enough for you to find it easier to make a different choice, more self-compassionate choice, but a different kind of self-compassion. And as well, you might want to explore any practical things like removing some of your comfort foods from your house, just to remove some of the temptation. Be a bit kinder to yourself in that way. Sometimes that's a great way just to change that habit. You might have a certain rule, like you won't have certain foods in the cupboard at home, but maybe you'll let yourself have them when you go out or something like that. Okay. So we'll just do a little round of breathing and tapping just to help the system to relax, to help you just enter a bit more of a healing state as well as we close the session. So tapping the outside of the hand, take a nice deep breath. Just let yourself be present with the tapping. So you can focus on the sensation of the tapping, focus on your breathing, top of the head. Just helping this energy move through that we've been assimilating, the emotions that might have come up. We're just helping the system to integrate and to move the energy through. Inner eyebrows, nice deep breaths. Outer eyes, underneath, under the nose, under the mouth, collarbone, under the arm, tapping the wrist, thumb, finger, middle finger, little finger. Hands on your heart, take a breath. Soften the body. And for those of you that did connect with that part of you that is hanging on to the comfort eating, the part that wants it and needs it, just want you with your hands on your heart to see if you could send that part more love and compassion. What usually happens, in fact, what always happens, my experience of working with people therapeutically, is we tend to think that if we attack these parts inside us, we don't like them, we attack them, we belittle them, we try and push them to change, that's going to be the way forwards. But it's not. The way forwards is showing these parts understanding, patience, and compassion. They're there for a reason. So showing that part, a bit of compassion and patience, can soften it. You can soften the body as you send that sort of heart energy to that part. Let it know that you see that part, that you understand that it's doing it for a reason, that you'd like to change, and you'd like to try and meet the needs of this part in a different way. Just play with that idea. You can journal on that. That might be helpful, or just sit with it for a moment. Do your check on your scale, see where you are. Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like you've processed and released? Do you feel like some things have come up? Maybe you need to explore someone and seek more support. Do you have some awarenesses, some little nuggets that have come up that you can take a note and revisit later? Well done. Well done on exploring the tapping with me today. Please drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. Remember that EFT can stir up different energy and emotions. So our emotions are just energy. So it all gets stirred up in this process. And it means that some things might bubble up a bit. So if you notice that, if you think, why do I feel this? Why do I feel emotional? Then that's why, and it's okay. Don't make it wrong. Let it come up. Things have to come up to the surface to be released. So if we cling and push it down and make it wrong, it will get stuck. If we soften the body, release and let it come up, then you're going to help it to clear and you're going to feel a lot better. Have a lot more healing in the process, a lot more shifts. So just see where this takes you. And be kind to yourself. Go real gentle. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And as mentioned, you can go back, watch any of the other EFT, but you can also come back and watch this one. If you want to go over it a few times, you can absolutely do that. You might get different things at different times. I apologise for my coughing outburst earlier. Hopefully it didn't interrupt your healing flow. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to my next session, sharing some Qigong on the virtual village hall soon. Okay, bye.